Let's go to Johnna. She's on the line, I believe, from California.
Hi there.
Hey, Johnna.
Yes,
you sound good there. You're on Skype.
Yes, I'm on Skype. I hope it's coming in good.
It is.
Well, I know a little bit about these bags.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these bags are super strong. They have to say certain things on them by the law. They have to be able to be reused at least 125 times.
Wow.
And hold up to 22 pounds.
How do they test whether or not a bag can be reused? How many times did you say? 120?
This is on the bag. I'm reading you some things that are right on the bag. Plus, I've read the law. They don't have the 22 pounds on this bag, but other bags will say this bag can hold up to 22 pounds. I have no idea how they test this. But the bag has to be able to be, this is the law part, it has to be able to be reused 125 times, the plastic bags that are sold in California for 10 cents. The bag is 100% recycled content. This bag is made with 50% green energy. This bag is sanitary, waterproof, and contains no heavy metals. So when Walmart started giving out these bags a week before voters voted on this. And so I was looking at it, and it said, be sure to wash this bag. This bag is washable. So this plastic is pretty heavy duty. It's heavy enough that you could wash it, so it could be used 125 times. And but I'm not using them 125 times. I forget to take them in every time I go to the store.
Of course.
I have a trunk full of really, really nice plastic bags. And I just pay the 10 cents.
Johnna, thank you. If you've got more, you can hang on. We'll continue in moments. It is Free Talk Live. It's Free Talk Live. Moments remain here. We got time for you. If you get on the line right now, our number 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. We're talking about economics, economics of bag controls, bag price controls. We're back on that topic. You can, of course, call in about anything you want. We still have economics in one lesson about prices in the marketplace and how they're set. It's Ian, Johnny, Ray, and Daryl in the studio. Don't forget, if you are behind Free Talk Live, you like the message on this show, and you want us to be heard on dozens more, maybe even hundreds more radio stations someday, you can help support the show by becoming an amplifier and get perks like access to your the AMP-only call-in lines, the AMP-only Facebook group where you can interact with other Free Talk Live listeners and hosts, and also the AMP-only podcast, which doesn't have the regular commercials that our normal podcast does. Just go to amp.freetalklive.com. Johnna is still with us in California, describing what it's like living in California with this mandatory 10-cent charge per bag at the grocery store, which is not a tax. It is something that the grocery stores are charging, but they have to by the government. You're describing the bag. We're telling us about your experience, which is that you've accumulated all these supposedly reusable bags that are certified to be reused 120 plus times each. They're washable, sanitary, allegedly, and more. So they've got all these
pounds.
And they can hold 22 pounds. And you said that you've accumulated these things and you don't really use them over again because you forget about them.
Well, and maybe I'm just not on as tight of a budget as some people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to run out to my car to go get the bags. I mean, Daryl would have to run home. I could just run out to my car. I don't.
Right.
I've been thinking about I live in a really small town, about 3,300 people, and it's a rural community. We have a grocery store, and when this first went into effect, they were kind of excited because their paper bags cost them not pennies. They cost them not 1.5 cents, 8 cents a bag.
Right.
So for them to get 10 cents, at least they were going to get that covered. I don't know how much they're paying for these really nice plastic bags, but they were, there was a level of they were going to at least recoup their 8 cents for the paper bags. I go to one grocery store. It's where you have to load your own groceries, and they don't even have the plastic bags. All they have is paper. Since they don't know how many bags you're going to use, after they all go down the lane and you pay, they say, how many bags do you think you're going to use? And then they add on that charge. I noticed when you go places.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because a lot of the times when you're at a grocer and you're checking out, they're done scanning before they're done filling the bags. They ring up your total. You're paying as they're still filling the bag. So, it could, in theory, if you can't estimate correctly, then what happens?
Well, this was a place where you bag your own.
Oh,
so
right.
They all come down, all the they're doing the next person, and you don't know. So you just make a guesstimate. I noticed some places, because they think they want to, because people were very upset. I know our local little grocery store, they had people yelling at them for the first week. Why are you charging this?
Oh, wow.
You're just trying to make money off us. They were, as a small little town, they didn't want people to be mad at them.
Sure.
But what happens is, so then they think they're going to be nice, and they overstuff the bags, so they probably are 22 pounds. So, I really want to carry a few 22-pound bags. They're too heavy.
Right.
So they're trying to be.
That's a bag of cat food. It's a big bag of cat food. That's a lot.
They think they're helping you out because they're afraid you're going to get mad if they use one more bag.
Oh, jeez.
So it's just weird. And today I went to the local grocery store, which this parking lot isn't a Walmart parking lot. This place only probably has 15 places to park. And I went, I always forget the bag. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I said, she goes, nobody remembers. Everybody has to pay and buy another bag. And I said, and then these bags are so thick. This must be worse for the garbage dump. This must be worse for the environment when they end up as trash. I have a trunk full. I've thought about, I'm just going to throw them in the trash.
Right.
And now they're going to go to the dump. Now what did they accomplish?
Right. They're thicker. There's, probably 5 times more plastic in the bag or something, like some amount of.
I guess it's so recyclable or something. I don't know how they deal with it at the dump, because I know they sort through everyone's trash here in California. Yeah. They probably pull out those bags. Oh, no, don't let those go in.
Right. We could reuse them at the grocery store. So, Johnna, how long has this been in effect out there? When did this thing start?
Well, the election was in November, and it started that weekend.
Okay. So it's still pretty fresh.
They did give people a leeway. I think they ended up, because stores weren't ready. Some didn't have the bags. Elections on a Tuesday. That weekend it's going to start. I know Walmart was anticipating.
Yeah, they knew. It's California. It's going to happen.
I just pulled up. Apparently, there are a lot of cities in California that have completely banned plastic bags.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even get one.
Paper only, huh?
Paper or reuse.
Right.
Well, some places had different little municipalities or counties already had some laws. Now, a little town next to me, they're in a different county, they had already made their own bag law. And because they had done that, and they didn't charge, they weren't as restrictive, but they had a bag recycling law or something with the bags. So they didn't fall under the law. They get a leeway for so many years before they have to start following the exact law.
Johnna,
then start charging.
Thank you for giving us the situation on the ground. Very enlightening, and interesting, and funny. Thanks for the call. I appreciate hearing from you.